On DC News Now, a big win for the Washington Commanders. One went down during the historic vote, bringing the burgundy and gold closer to coming back to the district.
We're tracking really gorgeous conditions out there for your weekend. Get outside and enjoy it. More details with That 7 Day coming up.
After 3 days of in-depth hearings, the NTSB wrapping up, trying to conclude exactly what happened leading up to the deadly mid-air collision near DCA.
And play ball. It's a home run for the Frederick Keys, now re-affiliating with the Baltimore Orioles.
Frederick is one of the best baseball towns in America.
The details behind the new partnership that's got the whole ballpark talking.
Your weekend shopping spree just got better. We're stretching your dollar with the best deals for Virginia's tax-free weekend.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
A big touchdown for the Washington Commanders. They're closer than ever to returning to D.C. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight for D.C. News Now at 10 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Mark Hall. Susan Tran has the night off. D.C. Council voted to approve a nearly $4 billion deal to build a new stadium and bringing the Commanders back home. And we have team coverage tonight. Our sports director, Derek Forrest, breaking down what it means for the fans. We're going to hear from him coming up in our next half hour. But first, let's head over to DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg. And Daniel, it's not a done deal yet, but there was a lot of excitement at the Wilson Building for that historic vote.
Yeah, Mark, there was a lot of excitement inside, not only from Mayor Bowser and the Commanders, but it's also an exciting time for people who live and work in D.C. And none of this could have happened without some concessions from the team and agreements to make sure that people in the district get to work on this project. The $4.4 billion deal to bring the Commanders back to D.C. is almost done.
The bill is approved.
In a 9-3 vote, council members signaled they're ready to redevelop the RFK site.
This will have an immeasurable impact on the quality of life for residents in Ward 7.
And I think everybody can find something to be proud about.
The only no votes Friday came from council members Brianne Nadeau, Matt Fruman, and Robert White.
How can we say we don't have enough for our residents on Monday and then turn around and say we found $1 billion for a billionaire franchise on Friday?
One major reason some council members changed their tune on the deal is a new contract agreement between the Commanders and union partners requiring 51% of workers be district residents.
By bringing the Washington Commanders home and redeveloping the 180 acres of RFK, that will really jumpstart our economy.
White's amendments didn't pass, including one about enforceable timelines for housing, though he thinks there are enough votes to get that passed on the second vote.
I want to make sure we don't end up with just the stadium and not the housing and the grocery store that people are counting on. And if that's not enforceable, it may not happen.
Mayor Bowser just wants to start as soon as possible.
I think so many people are focused on 2030, but really to get to 2030, we start hiring consultants and contractors and planners right now.
Commanders owner Josh Harris said in a statement, RFK was the site of memories that fueled my love for this team and this city. Now we're closer than ever to reigniting that energy for a new generation. So again, today was the first vote. There is still a second and final vote that will happen on September 17th. We're live at the Wilson Building in Northwest. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Yeah, certainly a historic vote. Daniel, thanks. And coming up in our next half hour, our sports director, Derek Forrest, continues our team coverage. He'll have reaction from Grant Paulson of 106.7 The Fan on how important this is for the Commanders and the entire district. And for the latest and any updates on the Commanders' return to D.C., we have all that information right now on our website, dcnewsnow.com.
All right, Chris, great news. Great weather today.
Absolutely. And Chief Meteorologist Jackie Lair, really more like football weather.
Yeah, it did really feel like that, didn't it? Mid to late September, typically when we see high temperatures into those middle 70s, and that's what we had earlier today, a high of 75 in D.C. We can thank that cold front that swept through yesterday, ushering in that different air mass that is now overhead. But we did have those clouds through much of the day today. Those clouds will continue to dissipate, and we'll see more of that sunshine. Don't worry, just in time for your weekend. Temperatures out there right now, 60s to low 70s. Eventually eventually overnight, we'll see those temperatures dropping back into those upper 50s to low to mid 60s, especially in the suburbs, and those upper 50s mainly reserved farther off towards the north and west of D.C. Well, back out towards the I-81 corridor into tomorrow morning. Talk about those upper 60s for the district for those overnight lows. Now, dew points right now still a bit more on the muggy side, but just off towards our north, we have much more comfortable air. We'll likely be sitting into those 50s for those dew points tomorrow, so it's going to feel great out there. If you have brunch plans out there tomorrow morning, looking really nice. We're tracking the sunshine as temperatures warm up into the upper 70s by noon, but we're talking low 80s for highs. More details and the rest of that 7-day in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then, Jackie. Thanks. Meanwhile, all new tonight, an inmate dies in the Fairfax County Jail just hours after his arrest. Police say Omar Magnassi was booked Wednesday evening and died the next morning. He was found unresponsive in his cell. Fairfax police say no foul play is suspected. This is a developing story. Of course, we'll pass along any updates as soon as we learn more.
And developing now, a man is dead in Largo after shooting. Police say that it happened on Harry S. Truman Drive. The man died on the scene. Investigators don't believe that the shooting was random. Anyone with information is asked to call Prince George's County Police.
And right now, a new teen curfew zone is in effect in D.C. You can see it here, covering a large portion of southwest D.C. from the Wharf down to Audi Field, up to 395 and over to South Capitol Street, where Nats Park is located. Now, kids under the age of 18 cannot be in large groups between 8 and 11 p.m. all weekend in this area. The citywide curfew, that goes into effect at 11. Now, this is all to prevent scenes like this one. Hundreds of teens recorded a few months ago in Navy Yard and the Southwest waterfront. Just last month, there were also reports of kids shooting off fireworks at buildings and cars in D.C. A citywide curfew remains in effect through the end of the month for all kids under 18. Again, this starts at 11 p.m. and it lasts until 6 in the morning.
Well, the driver who hit and killed 2 young children walking to school in 2023 has been sentenced. Olga Jimenez will serve 4 months after pleading guilty to failing to stop for pedestrians in a crosswalk. 5-year-old Sky Sosa, 10-year-old Shalom Imba were walking to Riverdale Elementary School in November 2023. Jimenez made a left turn, hitting and killing them.
All new tonight, a manhunt is on in Montana for a man who shot and killed 4 people at a bar. A 45-year-old man still on the run tonight and is believed to be armed and dangerous. A shooting happened early Friday morning. Police say the shooter lives next door to that bar. No word yet, though, on what led to that shooting.
Developing in health news, the Trump administration is coming down on medical professionals that they say are medically biased. Some groups part of the advisory committee on the immunization practices were emailed saying that they would no longer serve on the committee and are barred from informing the development of vaccine recommendations. They've since asked the administration to reconsider.
Well, developing now, a 10-day 3 of hearings is wrapping up as investigators work to learn what happened during January's mid-air collision over the Potomac that killed 67 people.
And while the final report from the NTSB won't come out until next year, the hearings gave us really the best look yet as to all the things that appear to have gone wrong, including the video release that shows the Army helicopter flying higher than it was supposed to.
DC News Now's Max Marcilla shares what we learned over the course of more than 24 hours of testimony.
Reaching the end of a very lengthy and very in-depth set of hearings over the last 3 days about the deadly mid-air collision near Reagan National Airport. It was really emotional for the families who lost loved ones in the tragedy. It was also really eye-opening for the public who saw just how many red flags there were in the aviation industry leading up to the crash.
There are a lot of things that can be done differently. I don't think this accident occurred that night. I think it happened years before.
That finding not a surprise for Sherry Lilly.
We've learned some pretty distressing things about just broken safety culture.
She's here to advocate for aviation safety and remember her 28-year-old stepson, Sam, who was a co-pilot of the American Airlines plane.
He was so playful, but when he decided to become an aviator, he became so serious about that.
Friday's hearing led to admissions that the pilots of the Black Hawk helicopter would have had a hard time spotting the American Airlines plane because of night vision goggles. That following 2 days of revelations about all that went wrong on the night of January 29th.
We are all very uncomfortable when those two units are operating.
We heard concerns about the crowded airspace around the airport between planes and military helicopters. Attempts to change that years ago never materialized.
Why did it take 67 lives to be lost and families who are just destroyed forever to understand what was occurring?
Also discussed misleading altitude reading instruments for the Army helicopter, which was flying above the limit, trouble with the dispatch audio inside the helicopter, and an overwhelmed traffic controller, a member of an understaffed tower.
The administrative staff was my biggest concern.
In Southwest Washington, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
And you can read more about the NTSB's findings on the mid-air deadly collision on our website, dcnewsnow.com.